Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is CKT Chaotic. Today I will be reading My In-Laws Are Obsessed with Me, episode 11 to 12. Due to Webtoon's new policy for 2023, I do have to blur 50% of each episode, so if you guys do want to read along with me, it's available on webtoons.com. For anyone out there who wants to support me, it really does mean a lot to me. You guys will gain access to all my reads without any censorship, no cat logo, no sort of blur, and of course gain early access to all my reads for the month. It's available on patreon.com/cktchaotic. Let's go ahead and get started. Whew. Ever since the incident with Sylphius, I worked hard to get used to life in the Grand Duke's manor. I must familiarize myself with the affairs of the house while the contract stands. And social connection matters too. I'm sure that'll come in handy later. Well, the servants in the dukedom were not happy with me as expected. Ugh. Whenever I tried to engage in external affairs in particular, I was greeted with a sea of stunned faces. From their standpoint, a new, second Grand Duchess is meddling in their business. I understand where they're coming from. But thankfully, Moulton has become even kinder to me since the incident, as if he hadn't been warm enough already. He's being a tremendous help. He must be concerned that I died for a moment. I'll ask him about the affairs back in my father's house once we grow closer. I also learned some new things. First, the residence has been owned by the Lapileons ever since they rose to become dukes, and the Grand Duke usually stays in their lands farther away. The residence in the capital is managed by the eldest Moulton's son. Batch and the Grand Duke usually communicate via letters. But with how frequently the Emperor is calling on him, the Grand Duke is currently staying in the capital. He was often summoned to the palace, not coming back till late at night, possibly for reasons stemming from his marriage with me. Is he getting scolded? Hard to say. Second, none of the servants know about the Lapileon's curse. Batch and only a select few of his house's direct descendants know of it. And Batch's youngest daughter recently became a knight of the Grand Dukedom. Daughter? Oh. He said she brought honor to his family, and he seemed so happy about it. Third, the Grand Duke seems seriously about studying me. He periodically sends a doctor to collect my blood. I wonder if my blood will lead to any discoveries. I still fail to understand why their poison doesn't work on me. I can't even ask the Grand Duke about it, as he always comes back late at night. Tick-tock, late again. And there was a shocking discovery too. The couch here is so much softer than even the bed back home. Sleeping on the couch is just fine. I must learn as much as possible during my stay here. Everything is going to be fine as long as I don't run into my family. Besides, memories of the nightmares are almost fading away. If I try hard enough, I'll be able to manage the Count's house on my own when the contract is up. And I wouldn't have to worry about these problems anymore. Your Grace, guests have come seeking an audience with you. My in-laws are obsessed with me. Episode 11. Call us if you need anything. Clunk. I only let them in, lest it set tongues wagging, but I'm sure they're here to talk about my uncle, who is representing me. With him around, they can't go to the main building, nor can they splurge on anything. Plus, Schiff must have been very upset after I turned him away like that. He lost his chance to be an imperial knight and get his hands on my fortune. Even though I'm safe in the Duke's house, no one knows about what they're capable of. They did try to murder me after all. I mustn't let my guard down. So, what can I do for you? Pereshati. I'm sorry. That day when you left, I thought long and hard about what I may have done wrong. I should have taken better care of you. You were already distraught after what happened to your father. I fear I may have only made it worse. And as your mother, I should have congratulated you on your marriage. I'm so sorry. Is this an act? Ba-boom, ba-boom. This must be her attempt to catch me off guard. I must leave. I'm sorry, but Huh? Mother! Shasha! Are you alright? Oh, this is nothing. What about you, darling? Are you alright? Are you hurt? Shall I call for a doctor? Let at least get this cleaned up. Reina, cut the maids. Alright. In that moment, the self-doubt I've been ignoring began to grow. I'm the only one who knows that I've traveled back in time. And when I woke up, I knew I had been murdered. I was furious. But that was just because everything seemed to be repeating. But what if that was all just a coincidence? Everyone is warm and kind, just as I remembered them. What if I'm wrong about all of it? She's having a lot of self-doubt right now. A lot. Like, she's now questioning if it's just like a dream or her brain just made it up. Like, I don't even know, like as readers, we don't even know. Am I certain that I'm not hallucinating? What if it's just a nightmare that visits me every night? After all, traveling back in time, that's simply impossible.
Did you see the Grand Duchess family who came to visit?
I did. Well, they spoke gracefully and all, but the looks on their face are all nobles like that? Why do you ask?
Well,
they looked ready to go to war. It's like they came to see a foe, not a family.
then the rumors must to be true.
What rumors?
The Grand Duchess kicked her family out to be the sole heir to her family's fortune.
But why? She's a Grand Duchess.
Well, she wasn't back then.
And look what's happening now. It's only been a few days since her marriage, yet she's already nosing around where she doesn't belong. She might have an ulterior motive. They say she seduced his grace with her beauty.
Now that you mentioned it, his grace used to have separate rooms with his former wives, not to mention the consummation.
I guess we could say she defeated the princess too. That's quite something.
Indeed.
What do you mean by that?
My lord.
Oh, they're in trouble. Would the little kid believe that rumor, or will she? I don't know. My in-laws are obsessed with me. Episode, what is it, 12? Are you sure that bandage is enough? Of course.
Shasha, since when did you start seeing the Grand Duke?
Reina, honey, that's not what we came to talk about. Darling, there are terrible rumors about you going around. As absurd as it sounds, they're saying you threw us out just to be the sole heir to father's fortune. Of course, we know that you would never do such a thing, but I admit, skipping some important steps for a proper wedding may have led to such a misunderstanding. Skipping steps. Of course, your wedding was marvelous, but I do have to say it was rather sudden. And now it's so hard to get in to see you, even for us. I understand His Grace is a man, but of great means, but it doesn't seem as though he's treating you fairly. Now that you're married, it would be customary to exchange wedding gifts. It's rather cumbersome, but this is the only way to put the rumors to rest. It would be put our hearts at ease as well. Wedding gifts? Is she asking for money?
I can't bear to live in the annex any longer. It's much too small. Could you please let us take up residence in the main building? I promise we won't be a bother to your uncle. Please.
Why does this all feel so suffocating? It's getting worse. I don't know what to do. Should I just give him the money? I think about it again after they leave.
Oh, and Chef still seems pretty torn up about you. What did you say? Huh?
Celsius.
I was wondering if you were here to ask for a handout. But what you just said just now? Do you dare to challenge His Grace's name? Your Grace, are you alright? You're sweating. What have they done to you? Well, we didn't do anything.
I beg your pardon, but I only came to see my daughter, my lord.
Shall I have them removed?
Forgive me, but I'm not feeling well today. I'd like to ask you to leave, please. Where's the housekeeper? Our guests are leaving. Ready the carriage. It's much easier to breathe now. I'm indebted to him again. Thank you for helping me.
I know it was rude of me, but I had to come in. I overheard your conversation. It sounded like you were in trouble. I'll escort you to your chambers, if you don't mind.
Oh, such a sweet kid. Being with them felt oddly suffocating, but now I'm fine. None of this makes any sense, but traveling back in time mustn't be a simple dream. My instincts tells me to stay away from them. It can't just be a coincidence.
Did you know there will be a festival soon? His Grace led us to victory in the war, remember? There will be a festival dedicated to him and His Majesty. They say the festival will be grander than any other.
All right, the festival. The Castor Empire hosts a festival every spring. This year's festival is organized to celebrate the empire's prosperity and victory. It will be a grand celebration that lasts for a week. This is exactly the same as what I've seen in the dream as well. I remember enjoying the festival with Schiff.
But the war was long been over. Why are they celebrating it again? I hear war has caused a great many children to be orphaned. I like festival, but is celebrating war truly necessary? What would His Majesty do?
Celsius. I understand how you feel. It won't be good if anyone heard a Lapileon speak ill of the Emperor. By the way, have you finished decorating your room? I hear you brought in new furniture.
All right. Would you like to take a look? And feel free to call me Selfie from now on.
Oh,
I'll love to, Selfie.
oh.
Stop it. Or are you petting me?
A festival. The Grand Duke's presence at the festival shouldn't be the only reason they're celebrating the victory again. They must be up to something. And this year's celebration, it holds an important meaning for me as well. Because the night I died in my dream was the last day of the festival.
Your Grace, aren't you coming?
Yes, I'm coming. Oh, selfie, this is so cute. Oh, I can't. I'm so glad he came in to help her out because honestly, when they were asking for wedding favors and stuff like that, or what, I don't know what they said exactly. I think it was that. They're pretty much asking for money or handout or like access to the main house of her father's estate. But oh my God, I just don't like them. I kind of wish someone would just like rip off the mask so she can see, you know? Oh man, it's a good read. Alright guys, if you guys enjoyed my webtoon reaction slash reading style, feel free to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, drop some comments on how y'all feel about these two episodes, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!